Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Almighty Sports Show. I'm your host, Richard, and in this much awaited episode, I will be going over what I believe will be the final standings in 2024 for the NFL. I know everyone has been waiting with bated breath for this show and for these predictions. And I will let you know that I did make these predictions last year, but I can't find where I put them, so I don't know how well I did. But I bet you I did pretty well because it's me, right? So it went pretty well. So it's get right to it here. No use wasting any time with any. And let's go. Let's start with AFC. There it is. Read it and wait. The Dolphins, the Bills, the Jets, and the Patriots in the East. I just think the Dolphins are going to win that tiebreaker against the Bills, and I am not going to buy into the Jets being a super powerful team just because Aaron Rodgers shows up. I know they've made improvements, but still, it's Aaron Rodgers, and will he be able to keep this team cohesive? Is the question. I'm not saying they're going to suck ass, but I'm just saying they'll finish third. They're not going to do this big leapfrog where all of a sudden they're the most powerful team in the NFL, ready to take on that Kansas City Chiefs. No, no, no. And the Patriots are in a rebuilding year. And this rebuilding year is not like the rebuilding years with when Belichick was coach, because a rebuilding year with Belichick was like they lost in the second round of the playoffs. This is with new head coach Jared Mayo, who is, by the way, going to have Jacoby Brissett be his starter. And that still won't save the Patriots from finishing last place. Doesn't mean they're going to have this huge bad record and they're going to get the first pick, but they will finish behind the Jets. It'll be a tight squeeze, but they will. And so let's see how much patience the Patriots fans have with Mayo before, because they're used to a quick turnaround with Belichick. The new era, time to move on. So we'll see. Look at the North: the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers. Why not? Really? Why not? The Ravens seem to have ready to go. What I'm hearing is that Lamar Jackson seems to be focused, but he should have been focused for years now. But he knows that time is short. And with the addition of some other key elements and Derrick Henry, maybe they'll be able to run that ball a little bit. We'll see if Henry has any gas left in the tank. And if he does, it's going to be hard to stop that machine, as you know. The Bengals, yes, because Burrow's healthy right now. They just re-signed Chase. So, and a few other. They don't have Mixon anymore, but the new running back that they're going to have did pretty well last year with his limited ability. So I believe the Bengals will finish second. The Browns will finish third. Yeah, why not? I'm not going to put them ahead of the Steelers. So Steelers may finish up better than they will, but until we find out how these quarterbacks, with Fields and Wilson or Russell Wilson, how they're going to do, if Tomlin is going to be able to work his coaching magic and turn the careers of these two high-profile draft picks back in the day into actual contending quarterbacks. So we'll see. And if he does that, well, then the Steelers will be something to fear in the season. That, and I'm still going to go back to what I said last year. All wild card teams will come from the North. 3 of them will come. That's the way it goes. Over in the South, we have the Texans, the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Texans. Well, why not? I don't see the Texans slipping. The Jaguars with Lawrence should be able to improve to second place. The Colts, we'll see how they do. I mean, it's still. I mean, the rookie quarterback was injured last year. I mean, they signed Falco, but he's still the backup. He's not going to be the starter, I don't think. And even if he is, that would really put the Colts in second place. I don't think Falco will be able to work the same magic as he did with the Browns last year, as he could with the Colts. And the Texans, someone has to be last. Why not the Texans? They're kind of in a rebuilding mode themselves, so I'll stick them there for now. Doesn't mean they're going to have like a 4-12 record, but I mean 4-13, or however, how many 17 games, so 4-13, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. So why not? The West, the usual suspects: Kansas City, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders. Raiders with Mayhew. All right, well, come on. We'll just put him there for now. I mean, the Broncos and the Raiders could switch places. I see much improvement with the Chargers with under Coach Harbaugh, because I'm sure he'll be able to come up with some tricks. You know, not really stealing signals this time, but whatever he'll come up with will lead his Chargers the second place. And as usual, the Chiefs will win the West. It's unfortunate. Doesn't mean so. That's the way you have it right there. You know, Kansas City will probably get the bye week. So we'll see. And we'll see if they can get that third Super Bowl win in a row and make NFL history. We'll see. Because if that does happen, that will cement Kansas City as the new dynasty. That's for sure. So there you have it. Read it and weep, folks. The NFL predictions from the AFC. So let's move along to the NFC, where we have the East with the Eagles, the Commanders, the Cowboys, and the Giants. The Eagles need to get off. They can't play sloppy football again this year, or Washington will catch them napping. So be aware of that. Washington could catch the Eagles slip sliding away. They play sloppy football. Dallas is going to be in third because they suck. No, okay, but because they haven't, I don't know, they still have, Ezekiel Elliott's back running the ball. Dak is Dak, and I just see that the Cowboys will slip into third. I think the Commanders are ready to make a move with the new players they signed and under their new coach. The Giants will follow in last place. That's not a surprise there to anyone. Over in the north, Green Bay, Detroit, Vikings, Bears. There we go. Yep, probably the same as last year. Packers win the division over Detroit, even though we know that could be a flip-flop. But still, with Green Bay and Detroit, the Vikings will finish third, even though Darnold Duck will be their quarterback. I still think he will be able to do enough to keep them ahead of the Bears. But if the Bears finish third, don't be surprised. But the Bears will not finish any higher than third. The Vikings and Chicago will finish in the third or fourth spot. Neither one of them will pass Detroit or Green Bay, so don't get your hopes up. In the South, we have the Buccaneers, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers. Baker still has it. And I know that the Falcons have Kirk Cousins, but we'll see. We'll see if Kurt is Kurt or it was a system. We'll find out. If not, well, if Kirk Cousins stumbles enough, then don't be surprised if the Falcons put in the rookie quarterback penis. And I'm telling you, maybe, and if that happens, the Falcons will probably slip. Well, still stay in second. The Saints are strong enough to stay in third. The Panthers have been in a rebuild, self-destruct course for 5 years, so they will stay in last. Don't see them improving any this year, unfortunately. In the West, the usual suspects, once again, 49ers, Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks. I put the Cardinals ahead of the Seahawks. I think they'll be a little bit improved this year. I don't see how you're going to stop Murray and his new acquisition. So at running wide receiver, the Rams will be the Rams as long as Goff stays healthy. And the 49ers are the 49ers, and they'll finish first. Now, I can't really say who's going to have the bye this time. It could be Green Bay or San Francisco having the bye in the playoffs. But this is about the playoffs. This is about how these teams are going to finish. And I'm telling you right now, that's how I see it. And once I put this to paper, it's written in stone. Maybe we'll see. But that's it. That's what that's all I have. And no reason to go into a real deep analysis. I mean, we all know these teams, but I just don't. I just think the surprise will be the Commanders. They will not finish as bad as people think. So I mean, I know they've been blowing chunks for the last couple seasons, but they made some really big moves. The Giants did too, but not enough to keep them out of the basement. Dallas made no moves in free agency or except for Ezekiel, but that's an old story. So we'll see. I think it's going to be an interesting season, no matter how these things pan out. Who finishes where? It's going to be a interesting season. I mean, tomorrow is the start of the NFL season with the Chiefs and the Ravens playing tomorrow night at Arrowhead. So everybody get your popcorn ready because it's football time, people. And I shall talk to you later with my picks later on in the week. Talk to you later, my peeps.